What do you write in a manifestation journal? The concept of manifestation sometimes gets this mystical, secret vibe around, oh, there's just some magical string that you need to pull. And I would like to look at it a little bit differently than that. Not quite so much woo-woo, but the fact that we can use the concepts of manifestation in a positive way and use our journals to do that. Let's jump into it. So when we think about this concept of manifestation, there are many teachers who teach this concept. And I like to think of it in a simpler way, with just the basic concept that we get more of what we focus on, pay attention to, and spend our time and energy on. And I also like to tie it to the principles of first and second creation. I love the concept that comes from Stephen Covey in his book, 7 Habits of Highly Successful People, where he talks about this concept of there's a first and second creation. There's a mental or maybe even spiritual creation before the physical creation. And we see that in even like the biblical account of the creation of the world for those who have Judeo-Christian backgrounds, but also in our lives where in order for us to create something physically, if you want a new job, if you want a new career, if you want to make a certain amount of money, or if you want a type of relationship, or if you want to shift something in your life, you have to think and imagine and dream of it, create that in your mind before that actually happens physically, right? And so I believe that journaling can be an example and a part of that first creation experience. I strongly believe in the power of journaling as a creative endeavor. And then it helps us then identify and clarify the actions that we can then take to create the second creation in our actual physical lives. And that to me is an example of manifestation. Now, one of the books that popularized a concept of manifestation in some way in the Western world and in business and success literature was Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And I'll make sure to link that book in the description. And one of the things that he suggests to do on a regular basis is, first of all, set a very concrete goal or definitive purpose. And then to use that to read it aloud every single day. This definitive major purpose, which is a clear amount of success idea or a certain amount of money or some achievement that you wanted to create, and have a very clear vision of it and when you want to achieve it, and read that aloud every single day, in addition to certain affirmations and things that reminded you of who you needed to be so that you could achieve those things. But then also, on the other hand, express gratitude for what you already possess so that you are in that state of gratitude in the here and now. And then to make plans to take that positive action towards your goal, towards your purpose and what you're trying to accomplish. All those things are pieces that can be accomplished in a journal. Writing those things down, doing your affirmations, expressing gratitude, and then making plans. Writing that down, using a journal to take those actions is a great way to do this. And he suggests it's one of the most clear ways to manifest the success and something that you want in your life. Now, I don't do this personally, but I have had people that I've talked with, and one of the ways that they use their journal to manifest in some way is to write their goals that they're focusing on every single day. So a lot of times they have 3 main things that they're focused on. So this is very similar to what Napoleon Hill suggests in Think and Grow Rich, but it's just simplifying and just those 3 main goals that they're working on, and just write them down in their journal or somewhere else on a regular basis every single day as a reminder of what matters most to them and what they're working towards. Because I don't know about you, and I'm thinking about doing this for myself as I'm sharing this, as this isn't one of my current journaling habits, but I'm thinking about this because I don't know about you, I've had multiple times where I've written down goals for a weekly or monthly goal or something like that. And then when someone asks, what are your goals? What are you working on right now? And I'm like, I don't know exactly what my goals are, what I'm actually reaching towards, what I'm pushing towards. But the very act here that it suggests of writing down those specific goals on a daily basis will keep them fresh. And so this is something that, as I share this with you, I'm considering adding into my own practice, right? So do you need to set aside a separate journal as a manifestation journal? Maybe you do want to, or maybe you just use the concept of creation and manifestation as part of your regular journal practice. And in doing so, it can help you identify and focus your time and attention on the things that matter most to you. It's one of the great tools or ways that journaling can be a benefit to us. It helps narrow our focus, create space, and then create plans to become who we want to become. Hope this was helpful for you. As a reminder, I've got my 7-day journal reset program that you'll have access to, and we'll link that in the description below, as well as I'm getting very close and ordering proofs of my journal projects that I'm working on. There are going to be 3 that I'm going to be launching with, so I'm very excited to share those with you in the coming days. Keep an eye out for that, and we'll see you next week.